Some people think weddings are about them. My name is Victoria Hayes. I am 34 years old. 6 months ago, my younger sister deliberately destroyed my wedding day, wore white, made a scene, threw wine on my dress, all because she couldn't stand me being the center of attention. She laughed about it afterward, said I was overreacting, that weddings aren't that important. What she didn't know was that 3 months earlier, our grandmother had made me executor of her estate. She'd made me the person who'd decide how $2 million would be distributed after she died. Grandma was 96. In hospice. We all knew it was coming soon. My sister thought her trust fund was guaranteed. It wasn't. 2 weeks ago, Grandma passed. Yesterday was the will reading. When the lawyer revealed what I'd done, my sister's face was worth 6 months of ruined wedding photos. Before I tell you what I changed in that will, hit like, subscribe for family justice stories. Drop your city. My sister Olivia is 3 years younger. From birth, she was the favorite. Beautiful, charming, could do no wrong. I was the responsible one, the boring one, the one who got good grades but no attention. Our parents died when I was 22 and she was 19. Car accident. Left us with our grandmother, Margaret Hayes. Grandma loved us both. But Olivia knew how to work her. Tears, manipulation. Grandma, I need help with rent. Grandma, my car broke down. I never asked for money. Worked my way through college, got a job in finance, became successful on my own. Olivia drifted. Part-time jobs, finding herself, living off Grandma's generosity. By the time I was 30, I was a senior financial analyst, making $85,000, had savings, owned a condo. Olivia was 31, living in Grandma's guest house, working part-time at a boutique, but she was prettier, more fun, the life of parties. 2 years ago, I met David, wonderful man, accountant, kind, stable. We got engaged after a year. Olivia was happy for me. Or so I thought. 6 months ago, I was planning my wedding. 200 guests, nice venue. I was excited. I asked Olivia to be the maid of honor. She said yes. 3 months before the wedding, Grandma got sick. Cancer, stage 4, hospice. Grandma called me to the hospital. Victoria, I want you to be executor of my estate. I was surprised. Why me? Because you're responsible. You understand money. I trust you to make good decisions. I agreed, signed the paperwork, became executor. The will left everything split 50-50 between me and Olivia. $2 million total, $1 million each. But as executor, I had some discretion on timing and conditions. I didn't plan to use it until my wedding day. My wedding day, June, beautiful venue, everything perfect. I was getting ready with my bridesmaids. Olivia came in. I noticed immediately. She was wearing white, not ivory, not cream, white. A white dress to my wedding. I said, Liv, you can't wear white to my wedding. She said, it's champagne, it's fine. It was not champagne. It was white. I said, please change. I have a backup dress you can borrow. She said, stop being a bridezilla. It's not that serious. My other bridesmaids looked uncomfortable, but Olivia refused to change. I didn't have time to fight. The ceremony was starting. I decided to let it go, not let her ruin my day. The ceremony was beautiful. David and I said our vows. I was happy. Then came the reception. Olivia gave the maid of honor speech. Started normal, talking about growing up together. Then she said, Victoria's always been the serious one, the one who follows rules, never takes risks, never has fun. I'm glad she found someone as boring as her. They're perfect together. People laughed uncomfortably. David squeezed my hand. She continued, Marriage is a trap anyway, but good luck to them. They'll need it. She sat down. I was humiliated. Then came the toasts. David's best man went, my matron of honor went. Everything was fine. We started the first dance, David and I on the floor. Olivia was drunk, very drunk. She stumbled onto the dance floor, tried to dance with us. David kindly tried to guide her off. She pushed him away. Then she grabbed a glass of red wine from a nearby table and threw it at me. The wine hit my dress, my white wedding dress, red wine all down the front. The music stopped. Everyone stared. Olivia laughed. Oops, sorry, it's just a dress. She walked off, left the reception. I stood there in my ruined dress, covered in wine, on my wedding day. David held me while I cried. My mother-in-law found a shawl to cover the stain. We finished the reception, but it was ruined. The next day, Olivia texted, Sorry about last night. I was drunk, but you're overreacting. It's just a dress. Weddings aren't that important. I didn't respond. 2 weeks after my wedding, Grandma took a turn. We knew it was close. I visited Grandma every day. Olivia came occasionally. One afternoon, I was alone with Grandma. She was lucid. She said, I heard about your wedding, about what Olivia did. I said, Who told you? Your aunt. She was there. She told me everything. Grandma looked sad. I love Olivia, but she's selfish. She always has been. I didn't disagree. Grandma said, Victoria, you're my executor. You have discretion in how the estate is distributed. The will says 50-50, but you can add conditions, timing, requirements. I said, What do you mean? I mean, if you feel Olivia needs to learn responsibility before she gets her inheritance, you have the authority to make that decision. Grandma died 3 days later, peacefully, family around her. Olivia cried at the funeral. I cried too. Despite everything, I loved Grandma. After the funeral, Olivia asked, When's the will reading? I said, Next week. She said, Good, I need the money. I'm going to travel, maybe buy a condo. She had no job, no savings, was already planning to blow through her inheritance. That night, I made a decision. The will reading was yesterday, lawyer's office, me, Olivia, our aunt and uncle. The lawyer, Mr. Chen, began reading. Last will and testament of Margaret Hayes. To my granddaughter Victoria Hayes, executor of this estate, I grant full discretion in distribution, timing, and conditions. To Victoria Hayes, $500,000 distributed immediately, plus the family home and all contents. To Olivia Hayes, $500,000 held in trust, distributed as follows. Olivia perked up. $500,000. She was already mentally spending it. Mr. Chen continued reading. Olivia's inheritance shall be distributed in installments of $50,000 per year for 10 years, contingent on the following conditions. 1. Olivia must be employed full-time for the entire year prior to each distribution. 2. Olivia must not have any arrests or legal issues during that year. 3. Olivia must complete financial literacy courses as designated by the executor. 4. The executor reserves the right to withhold distribution if conditions are not met. Additionally, Victoria receives an additional $500,000 immediately as compensation for her role as executor and her demonstrated financial responsibility. Olivia's face went from happy to confused to furious.
"What? That's not fair. Grandma left us equal amounts." Robert said, "Your grandmother left the executor discretion. Victoria exercised that discretion." Olivia turned to me. "You changed the will? You're stealing from me." I said calmly, "I didn't change the will. I added conditions. You still get $500,000. You just have to earn it." "This is because of the wedding. You're punishing me." "This is because you have no job, no savings, and no plan. If I gave you $500,000 today, you'd blow through it in 2 years. This way, you'll have income for 10 years, and you'll learn responsibility." "I'll fight this. I'll get a lawyer." Robert said, "Ms. Hayes, the will is ironclad. Your grandmother gave Victoria full discretion. Victoria acted within her legal authority." Olivia stormed out. Our aunt stayed. She said to me, "You did the right thing." That was yesterday. Olivia has called me 16 times. I haven't answered. She texted, "You're a vindictive bitch. You ruined my life." I texted back, "You ruined my wedding. I'm giving you structure. Get a job. Prove you're responsible. You'll get $50,000 a year for 10 years. That's generous." She hasn't responded. I got $1 million total, $500 immediate, $500 for the house. Olivia gets $500,000 over 10 years, if she meets the conditions. My aunt and uncle support me. Margaret would have wanted this. Some people might think I'm being cruel. I don't care. Olivia threw wine on my wedding dress and said weddings aren't important. Now she'll spend 10 years learning that actions have consequences. My name is Victoria Hayes. My sister